feel depressed? Yeah, feel depressed, sales down. You've sold your customers a product very valuable, made by the highest standards even thinkable, and now they don't come back to make more sales for you. Then you're in the same position as the manufacturers of shoe polish. They've realized very late that this tin lasts years with this shoe polish, and so they have to invent shoe pomade. And this is the same thing with more liquid in it, lasts only weeks. And so this means that you need an idea, you need a way out of your corner if you want to make more sales with one product. And I will explain you how in this video. It will cost me 10 minutes. And then you have learned something really valuable. We will take the watch industry as an example, okay? The industry around fine wristwatches. And let's begin with a first simple step. The second step will be brilliant, and the result of all this will be beyond imagination. I assure you, beyond imagination. Let's assume you are Zenith and sales are low, which is a shame because the price for your product is rather high, but nobody pays it. Nobody pays it. The people buy your watches used on the used market, and you cannot make any money with that. But luckily you are a part of the service record. You have convinced your customers that a timepiece made by the highest standards even thinkable needs every 7 or 8 years very expensive service, right? And the people have swallowed this. Why? I don't know, but they have swallowed this. And so the first step here is to make it 5 years. Every Zenith watch needs now every 5 years a service. You write this on your website together with made with the highest thinkable standards and so on every 5 years. And now you say this is a little bit impudent. And yeah, it is. But we can go further. We can go further. Okay, of course, your customer will not accept if you then say, well, every 3 years. Let's make it every 3 years. No, you say every 2 years. But only a small service, right? Only a small service. You have to pay only, let's say, $300 to $400 for a small service. But it is necessary to maintain the highest standards of your product that you will bring us your watch every 2 years for the small service and the big service after 5 years. And I mean, wow, now you have a situation. Now you have a situation. In 5 years, you will see the watch 3 times to write a nice bill. And I mean, the big service for the Zenith at Primero is about 1,000. The small service, let's say 300. And so the watch generates in 5 years, $1,600 extra. And now even further. But let's change the subject a little bit. Let's say you are now Omega. And the problem is this now. Of course, Omega is also part of the service record, but Omega realizes now, you realize now that after 30 years, this thing is a vintage classic. And the owner of vintage classics, they don't want to pay for a service every 6 or 5 or 3 years. No, they place the watch sometimes in a safe or under glass, and then it doesn't need a service. So there's no way to make any money with that watch until now. And to understand the next step, you have to understand what a service is. This is not a technical product or a technical service. No, the people pay to feel comfortable with their watches. Is there something broken in my watch? And then they pay for the service. Gone. The anxiety is gone. They can enjoy their timepieces. That's why they pay for the service. And there is another fearful thing in the watch world, and this is the fake. People are very afraid of fakes. And now you say, if your watch is 30 years old and we cannot make any money with the servicing the thing anymore, then you need a certificate. Certificate of authenticity. And we make it very pricey so that you can value the thing. It will cost months. You have to send the watch in to Switzerland, and we will keep it over months, and then we will give you the certificate with a nice bill over $1,000. Yes, you have heard right, $1,000. And then the smart asses will say, wait a second, then I buy a service. Then I pay you for a full service, cost me then again 1,000 and 1,000 and 1,000, and then I have a service and a watch which passes the service center of Omega. Is legit. So this is then my certificate. And of course, I don't want you to change the hands, the dial, the crown. It's a vintage masterpiece, right? It's a vintage classic. I don't want that you change all those things, just service the movement. And then you say, you are Omega, you say then, don't know if we can guarantee this. I mean, we try to say this to our watchmakers, but maybe they swap. They swap the dial, and then your vintage classic is ruined. So the certificate would really be the better solution for you. And then the collector says, oh, damn. So yeah, okay, then I have to pay this 1,000 for the certificate. But for this price, I want you to open the watch, and I want you to examine not only if every part is from Omega. I want you to make clear if every part is authentic in a historic way, if every part is from the same period of time. And then you say, no, I mean, what do you want? What do you want us to do? A spectral analysis for every part? This is impossible, my friend. No, we will open the watch, we will check the numbers, and if the picture makes sense, then it's legit, right? And we will take some very nice images of your watch. In case you don't have nice images, then you have. We will place the images of a nice piece of paper with little text, made with the highest standards even thinkable needs to service. Excuse me, after 2 years, and we will give you this for 1,000. Brilliant, right? Brilliant. And now we combine everything. You don't need a calculator, I will do the math for you. We have this watch. We have convinced the customer that the watch needs a service, a little service after 2 years, a big service after 5, and after excuse me, 30 years a certificate. The service costs after 30 years are 9,000 bucks. Extra to the money you have made with the sale, with the first sale, no, extra 9,000. But we want to see 5 digits, and so after 30 years the guy has to buy, the collector has to buy the certificate, because everybody asks now, hey, I want to buy your watch, but where's the certificate? I've read on the Omega homepage that they offer now certificates for those old watches. And what, you don't have this certificate? Something wrong with your watch? And then of course he buys the certificate, and we have our 5-digit number. Of course you need a 100% legit client, a 100% legit customer, a loyal customer in other words. And if you have some sort of stingy bastard there, then he refuses to pay for all the service, and then the calculation is not so good. But of course it's better than the situation at the beginning. So, but a customer needs, what was this beautiful word in German? Kadavergehorsam. This is a very beautiful word, and it means that the customer follows you. You need to create this customer. Maybe you have to hand off free drinks and free gifts to watch journalists and bloggers to create this customer. This might be the case, but it's well invested money. And now let's go in the last curve. This video might be a little quirky, I'll give you that, but you have to admit that you have learned something really valuable here, 10,000 extra, and so I want you to show some Kadavergehorsam, please, and to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and I'll give you something extra, give you a film tip. It's the Laundromat with Gary Oldman, Meryl Streep, and Antonio Banderas, and it's located in Panama City, and the topic is money, how to launder money, how to conduct your business in a clever way. And so this is my film tip for you. Ladies and gentlemen, now let me thank you very much for your attention, and maybe until next time.